Chairman Priebus, can you hear me?
Chairman Priebus, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got it. Hang on one second. What'd you say about full makeup?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Testing 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 from Vegas.
Hey guys, this is Vegas again. We can hear our feedback coming through your audio. Can you kill that, please?
You're saying that their feedback's coming through our audio? Yeah, I don't hear it.
Are you there, Chairman Priebus? It's Jon Ralston in Vegas.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Thanks. Appreciate you doing this.
Appreciate you doing this.
Of course. Is that Ralston?
Yes, it's Ralston, believe it or not.
Ralston.
Oh, hey, buddy.
How are you?
How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing great. How have you been?
I'm doing well.
I'm doing well.
It's been a while since you've been on with me. Too long.
You've been on with me.
I know. How long has it been? A year?
Oh, I think it's been like, what, 18 years?
It's been like, what, 18 years?
No, it couldn't be.
That's a couple of years, I think.
That's a couple of years, I think.
Oh, that's probably true.
I'm getting an echo. If you can't, it's fine. Let's just, because we don't want to lose them. I can handle it. Oh, is that right? Got it. Can you still hear me, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you just fine, John.
Okay, I think there was some echoing going on we're trying to get rid of.
Okay, I don't hear it on my end, but
Okay, good.
that's okay. All right, seems to be fixed, John.
All right, you tell me when you're ready, Mr. Chairman. We're ready to go.
I'm ready.
Chairman Priebus, welcome to KTNV. Thanks for coming on from Philadelphia. I promise I'm going to give you a chance to say some things about the DNC, but I want to ask you a couple of Republican National Committee questions first. First of all, what about all this controversy now over Russia and the Clinton campaign saying the DNC hack may have been done by Russia to help Trump? They're trying to connect all those dots. Are they connected?
I don't think so. I don't know who hacked into the DNC server. Was it Russians? Maybe it was the Tajikistanis. I mean, these are like, grasping for straws. Look, they're trying to get through their week, and the reality is, whether it was the Russians or the Ukrainians or the Mongolians, they didn't write the emails. The Democrat senior staffers wrote the emails and perpetrated a fraud upon the Democrat the grassroots and their voters and the American people. So they can keep spinning all day long, but they wrote the emails.
I guess what I'm wondering is Robbie Mook, who, as you know, is Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, said there's this disturbing picture connecting the platform change that was orchestrated by the Trump campaign to make it, as some has described, more pro-Putin, more pro-Russian. Is that platform change something you agree with, sir?
No, this is all a bunch of garbage. They don't have any evidence of any hacking from what country. They have no idea. They're just spinning, and they've got this little narrative now to try distract, which you led with, and I'm not quarreling with you, John, but you led with some sort of Russian conspiracy theory when the news of the day is that the Democrats have been in the back pocket of Hillary Clinton for an entire year. And we've got 45% of the delegates in Philadelphia that were for Bernie Sanders. They should be outraged.
I didn't know that was the news of the day. I assumed all along the DNC was in the tank for Hillary Clinton, didn't you? Just one last question.
When you see the evidence, you're right. You're right about that. We all knew that. But when you actually see the evidence and you're actually going, some of this stuff's pretty disgusting. I mean, you're going after the faith of Bernie Sanders as a wedge orchestrated by the DNC. And it's pretty stunning stuff, to tell you the truth.
I'll just ask you one last question about the Russia stuff. Do you agree with the platform change that was made?
Listen, I agree with the platform. I mean, this is a platform written by the delegates of our party, passed by 112 members that were elected by the grassroots of our party. It's very different than the Democrats. They have 15 people appointed by Debbie Wasserman Schultz. In our case, they're elected by the folks in the states.
I guess what I'm wondering is, I think I saw something that you said about Bernie Sanders vis-a-vis the DNC hack and him speaking tonight, that you don't think he should lie down like a puppy dog. You don't think he will lie down like a puppy dog. What did you mean by that?
Well, what I mean is, I can't imagine that Bernie Sanders is going to speak tonight with half of that floor and not address this email issue. I think he is going to address the email issue. I think that Debbie Wasserman Schultz is now not going to be gaveling in tonight. I don't know if the rules allow that to happen or not. I think there may not be the end of the story with how this is going to end today. So I think ignoring all of that, John, is going to be impossible for Bernie Sanders. And if he ignores it, then yeah, he'd be lying down like a puppy dog. And I think his own delegates will reject that from Bernie Sanders tonight.
Couldn't you say the same thing, though, about Ted Cruz at the Republican convention, that if he hadn't done what he had done, he would have been lying down like a puppy dog as well?
No, because I think that in the case of Ted Cruz, number one, no one expected an endorsement. No one. I'm telling you the truth. Not anyone thought that he was going to come in there and endorse. But I think what people thought he was going to do, I thought he would be maybe a little more positive about Donald Trump and a few more nice things sprinkled into his speech. And so I would just say this, we love Ted. I would just say, though, that he did unify the arena there, John. I mean, the arena was unified, that something kind of just missed the mark there with that speech, but I think it was better that we let him speak than not. I think that would have been a mistake, and I think it shows the graciousness of Donald Trump to say, I'm gonna let you speak without condition, and he did it. And I thought actually in the end it was a better decision.
I have to ask you about your comment about Cruz and Trump, and saying that Donald Trump was saying it wasn't factual when he again brought up the morning after the convention his slander about Ted Cruz's father. What did you mean he wasn't saying it wasn't factual? Why don't you just say Donald Trump never should have said that?
No, I have said that, John. What I was trying to say, maybe I was not doing a good job of it yesterday. What I said was, look, Cruz brought up the fact, look, he said some things about my dad and my wife, and I understand that. Those are wounds that are going to take some time. What I was saying was that Trump didn't bring it up again. He was trying to defend himself and say, well, I didn't bring it up. He brought it up. I never talked about it. It was in this National Enquirer. But that all being said, I would agree that the best thing to do is not talk about other Republicans, not talk about old issues, but talk about your vision for the future, your vision for America, and why Hillary Clinton would be a lousy choice for our country. I think that if Donald Trump sticks to those issues, I think the sky will be the limit for him. So I'm agreeing with you, and maybe I didn't do a good job of that yesterday.
You do think it's outrageous that he brought up a story in the National Enquirer that has no verification, implying that Ted Cruz's father was involved in JFK's assassination.
But
you do think that's outrageous?
I mean, listen, but he didn't bring it up. He was defending. Cruz brought it up. Trump was defending that he didn't bring it up, and it was a circular conversation going on, and that's all I was trying to say.
But you do repudiate that claim, do you not?
I do, but I did that months ago. I mean, but the claim, this wasn't something new the other day. This was something that he was responding to and defending himself on by saying he didn't bring it up, and he didn't bring it up.
But that's silly, right? He didn't bring it up. He did bring it up. He brought up the story in the National Enquirer, right?
Okay, here's my point. Cruz brought it up as a reason for the non-endorsement. Trump defended himself, saying he wasn't talking about it again and that he never actually made those comments, that he was referencing the National Enquirer article, but he didn't relitigate the issue after the convention. He was responding to something that Ted Cruz had said. And I said from the beginning that those are issues that he shouldn't talk about, and he shouldn't talk about other Republicans. So I'm not arguing with you, John, so I don't know why you keep I'm in agreement with you, okay?
Since we're in agreement, let me move on to something else then, which is
Okay.
what was said by Hillary Clinton in that 60 Minutes interview. I'm wondering what your reaction is to her invoking what she called the Hillary standard. In other words, she's been treated differently and in the implication worse than other candidates. Do you think there's something to that?
In that Hillary Clinton claims that she's been treated worse?
Yeah, and she said there's a different standard for her than for other candidates. Didn't you watch the interview?
Yeah, I did. I didn't hear your question.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean it's hypocrisy. I mean, if anything, she's had the opposite luxury. She's had the luxury of having the National Party grease the wheels for her the entire time, whether it be the debates, whether it be the convention, whether it be the rules, whether it be their staffers helping her with the nomination process. I mean, we're seeing it all unfold. The story's been written for Hillary a long time ago, and people that are supporting Bernie Sanders should be outraged.
And so you don't think that there's something to the fact that there's been all these conspiracy theories over the years? Remember the vast right-wing conspiracy, Mr. Chairman? You don't think there is something to that?
No, I think that she's had a life of luxury built on politics. She's gained tremendous wealth from politics. Her family is rich because of politics. She's the presumptive nominee of the Democrat Party because of the fact that she's had it made in politics, and people have helped her and aided and abetted her entire life.
Last question, Mr. Chairman.
Including the DOJ and the FBI.
Last question, Mr. Chairman. There have been a lot of published reports about requests to not a native, but a Las Vegan, Sheldon Adelson, about giving you $6 million to help make up a shortfall. Did he give you the $6 million?
It's not my $6 million. It's not my shortfall. It's the host committee in Cleveland. We've fulfilled our $14.5 million commitment to the convention, and the letter's not from me. It's from the host committee, and I don't know whether he gave money or not, because that's soft money and I'm a hard money committee.
You think he'll help to defeat Hillary Clinton, Sheldon Adelson?
I think so. I mean, he's been good to our party. He's been good to our country. We appreciate and love him and the family very much, and he's a very generous person to a lot of different people.
All right, Mr. Chairman, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for taking the time from Philadelphia.
Thank you, John.